My name in Second Life is Frau Yardley, and I run the 1920s Berlin project.
And I'm ready for a tour of Berlin, Frau Yardley.
You really need a haircut.
That would definitely be above my budget.
Okay, we'll let it slip this time, just once. So we try to give visitors the experience of going back in time. There you are, you just arrive on the train, Berlin-Alexanderplatz, it is 1929. You're not allowed to fly in Berlin, of course. It's part of realism, it's part of, recreating what it was really like. My avatar looks like me. She's not a model, she's not a Barbie. In the 4 years that I'm here, I've only had 2 hairstyles, and I pretty much wear the same clothes every day. But if I buy, I only buy in Berlin. We have lots of events in 1920s Berlin, such as a tango evening and the tea dance at the Hotel Adlon. We have a book club, language courses, a school. And we have a daily happy hour at the bar where people come to have a chat and a drink at the end of the day. There are people who feel very much at home in 1920s Berlin, mostly because the community that grows there, people care about their neighbours almost so much that they don't want to misbehave, which is really funny because in Second Life you can do whatever you want, but in 1920s Berlin they're going, I better turn the radio off because it's getting late. In my real life, I'm also obsessed with history, of course. I have my house completely 1930s decorated. I wear 1930s clothing all the time. I have no television, no mobile phone, none of that. I really feel comfortable with that, and I'm not the only one. My passion for the interbellum, the years between the 2 wars, the design, the architecture, the black and white movies, to me is more attractive than the era I grew up in, the 1970s, when everything was ugly. I mean, that's official. When I hear the stories from my grandparents, I miss the way people socially interacted, how neighbours knew each other. I feel like I'm using modernity against itself, sort of a secret weapon from the computer age, because when you mention Second Life, people always say, oh, my first life was busy enough. And I try to tell them, I go to Second Life and I have more social interaction with people than you do the entire evening updating your Facebook profile. Wenn die kleinen falschen Blüten bin ich wieder bei dir. Second Life allows you to recreate whatever your imagination can think of. I mean, that's the basic. For example, I made a stove for people to cook on, a 3-piece sofa set with fabric that looks like someone's been sitting on it for a while. It's been used. At the moment, I'm working on an icebox and a new sink. All these things are for the working classes, for the poor. I built this chemist, and in Germany all the chemists have a nice little green cross outside, and I thought, did they have that in the 1920s? So I did my research and I discovered that they didn't. They used this really wacky Art Deco Bauhaus logo, so I put that right on top of the building. 1920s Berlin has been looking after itself almost since day one. We have tenants, people living here that have lived there for over 3 years in the same place in a role-playing scene. Here I am talking to people from Tokyo, Australia, from all over the world who know absolutely nothing about 1920s Berlin, and I can tell them, and that's fantastic. And even if Berlin was still as ugly as it was when I first built it, most of the Berliners that are there now would still be there because they love the community. That is the secret of Second Life. It is what you make it.
Well said, very well said. So how about your future projects? I understand you got something in the works about the 1940s, right?
Yes. The next project I'm working on will be London during the Blitz in 1940. But to be honest, I could build another 10, 20 sims, all historical cities, and give people the option to explore these places. I mean, museums don't even have that. I still think that we've only scratched the surface with Second Life. As long as they're not turning off the lights at Linden Lab, I'm not worried. Und die Welt war jung.